The Dallas Cowboys have officially wrapped up all offseason work, from rookie minicamp to OTAs and mandatory minicamp, and what's emerged through all that grind. A clearer picture of who's stepping up and who might explode onto the scene this season. We already talked about a few names, guys like Kaiir Elam who are making early noise, but now it's time to spotlight a few more under-the-radar talents who could become real difference makers in 2025. Let's start with a name that might surprise some, Miles Sanders. Yes, that Miles Sanders. Once a key piece in Philadelphia, then Carolina. Now, he's putting together a strong case to be a major weapon in this Cowboys offense. Coaches are buzzing, teammates are noticing, and the reps don't lie. He's been getting meaningful snaps with the first team, but this isn't the same version of Sanders you've seen before. He's showing a new level of versatility, catching passes out of the backfield, running crisp routes, blocking when needed. He's not just a runner. He's becoming a complete back, and that could be a game changer for Dallas. Alongside him, Javonte Williams, another dynamic option, getting first-team work. And when you add in rookies like Jaden Blue, with his elusive open field style, and Phil Maffa, who runs with a downhill punishing aggression, this running back group suddenly looks deep, diverse, and dangerous. The blend of speed, power, and pass-catching ability might not be getting national headlines yet, but don't be fooled. This unit has the potential to carry weight when the season begins. And while it's tempting to get excited about the rookies, the early signs point to Sanders and Williams leading the charge. The veterans are setting the tone, and that matters. Watch closely, because what's happening in this backfield isn't hype. It's foundation building. And for a team trying to reclaim dominance in the NFC, that foundation starts with reliable, explosive, multi-threat running backs. Let's break down what's actually happening on the field. Picture this. The defense loads up one side of the formation. What do the Cowboys do? They read it perfectly. Motion the back across, and if the numbers favor a run, boom, they hand it off. And when it's Miles Sanders getting the ball in space, you see flashes of what made him special early in his career. He still has that burst, that bounce, that ability to shift gears like he's got a turbo switch under his cleats. On one particular rep during minicamp, Sanders got the handoff and sliced through the defense with vision, acceleration, and footwork that silenced any talk about him slowing down with age. Veteran? Sure. Washed? Not even close. In fact, as reported by insiders like Patrick Walker, Sanders is turning heads with the energy he's bringing to this offense, especially as a receiving threat. One red zone play stood out. Sanders ran a sharp out route, caught a dart from Dak Prescott, and turned it into 6. It wasn't flashy. It was clinical. And that's what you want from a veteran weapon. His patience and football IQ are clear on zone runs. He plants that right foot, draws defenders inside, then bounces it outside, manipulating linebackers like chess pieces. On one snap, he stopped on a dime, froze the defender with a subtle head fake, then powered around the edge with a stiff arm to finish the run. That's not just talent, that's a pro knowing how to finish. And it's exactly the kind of versatility this offense needs. Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys' offensive coordinator, has always valued backs who can do it all. Dual threat backs. The kind that force defenses to hesitate. Yes, Jaden Blue brings explosiveness and elite hands out of the backfield, but Miles Sanders brings reliability, vision, and experience. That's a rare mix. Don't be surprised if Sanders leads this group early in the season. He's earning it, rep by rep. But that's not the only player making noise. Enter Joe Milton, a quarterback turning heads for a whole different reason. Milton isn't just raw talent. He's raw power. A cannon for an arm. A physique that looks like it was carved in a lab. And behind that physical dominance, a mind that's learning fast and absorbing everything thrown at him. The buzz around Milton isn't just about potential. It's about presence. He's stepping into reps with command. He's not backing down. And suddenly, There's a real conversation brewing inside the building. If something shifts at quarterback, could Milton be next in line? That leads to a real question for Cowboys Nation. Do you still believe Dak Prescott is the guy? Or are you starting to lean toward the raw electricity Joe Milton brings? The moment is coming. And when it does, fans will have to choose between the proven leader or the rising force waiting in the wings. Let's be clear. Joe Milton isn't just here to fill a roster spot. He's here to shake the room, to challenge the status quo. And then whether fans are ready or not, there's a new quarterback on the field with tools that could change the future in Dallas. Milton has already made his presence felt. One NFL scout put it simply, Milton's arm strength is rare. He rolls left and still launches bombs across the field with ease. Yes, he's still adjusting to the speed of the pro game, but the talent is undeniable. With development, he could become something special. That raw ability has the attention of the entire coaching staff. And more importantly, it has Dak Prescott looking over his shoulder. Milton brings more than talent. He brings pressure. And pressure, when applied to the right people, creates diamonds. Dak knows it. He knows this year matters more than ever. Because behind him stands a 6 feet 5 inches, 235-pound quarterback with a cannon for an arm and nothing to lose. If Prescott falters, the Cowboys may not hesitate to see what they have in the rookie. And that competition, it's already making Dak better. But let's talk football. Real film, real breakdown. On one rep, Milton faces a Tampa 2 coverage look. You've got safeties up top, hook curl zones underneath, flats on both sides. The works. He's scanning the field from the pocket, trying to bait the defense into revealing its hand. Suddenly, pressure flies right through the A-gap. Most rookies panic. Milton doesn't. He escapes with ease, rolls right, and here's the key moment. He doesn't take off and run. Even though the lane is wide open, even though he probably picks up the first down, even though he has the size and speed to do it. Instead, he stays patient. He keeps his eyes downfield, understanding that his running threat has already manipulated the defense. Defenders begin to cheat up, trying to prevent a scramble, and that's when receivers start coming open behind the second level. That's what separates Milton. Yes, he has freakish physical gifts. But it's the discipline, the understanding that he can threaten with his legs without actually running, that shows real quarterback instincts. He's raw, but he's learning fast. And as training camp approaches, the stakes couldn't be higher. Milton isn't just trying to make the roster. He's forcing a conversation, one that says, if Dak slips, this kid might be ready. Here's where it gets real. Because when Joe Milton keeps his eyes locked downfield, defenses start to break. He knows exactly what he's doing, forcing defenders to step up, hesitating just enough to open lanes behind them. And then he uncorks it. In one play at camp, he rolled out and launched a laser across his body, a dangerous throw for most quarterbacks. But for Milton, it was precise, it was calculated, and it was deadly. This is what makes him special. The arm strength, the field vision, the confidence to attack tight windows. He's not just an athlete, he's a quarterback who understands leverage and pressure. Right now, Milton is on fire in training camp. Every day, he's proving he belongs. Whether he sees the field this season or not, one thing is certain. He's changing the tone in Dallas. And even if his impact isn't immediate in the box score, it's already being felt in the quarterback room. Because whether he plays or not, he's pushing Dak Prescott to be better, to stay sharp, to fight like his job's on the line, because it might be. Across this offseason, 4 players have emerged as undeniable standouts. Joe Milton, the freak athlete with sky-high upside George Pickens, showing elite body control and route awareness from Part 1. Kaiir Elam, finally settling into a role and locking down in coverage Miles Sanders, the veteran running back redefining himself with versatility and experience. Each one of them is earning it, rep by rep, day by day. And there are more names coming. more players making waves in silence. If this camp has shown us anything, it's that this Cowboys roster is hungry. They've heard the noise. They've felt the doubt. And now they're responding. Milton isn't just throwing 85-yard bombs at practice. He's sending a message. This is no longer Dak's team by default. It has to be earned. Every single snap. The future in Dallas just got a lot more interesting.